The truth about cardio. How to lose belly fat without cardio. Unparalyzed. What if I told you the thing you hate most about getting lean, you don't actually need? No treadmill, no Stairmaster, no 45 minutes of misery staring at a wall. One person lost 30 pounds without a single cardio session. Another dropped from 22% body fat to 12%, and never once touched a treadmill. By the end of this video, you'll know why cardio is completely optional, what actually causes fat loss, and how to lose belly fat faster by doing less, not more. Stick around, because Section 3 covers a cardio mistake that's actively working against you, and most people have no idea they're making it. Let's get into it. The biggest lie in the fitness industry. Here's what the cardio-obsessed fitness industry doesn't want you to know. You don't need cardio to lose fat. What you actually need is to understand what you're putting into your mouth. And honestly, your knees, draining your energy, and grinding out hours on a Stairmaster. The only thing that actually matters. Here's the truth. There's only one thing that determines fat loss: a calorie deficit. That's it. If you eat fewer calories than your body burns, your body starts using stored fat for energy. No calorie deficit, no fat loss. It doesn't matter whether you're running marathons or sitting on the couch. Without a calorie deficit, fat loss simply won't happen. Here's the proof. One study compared two groups. The first followed only a calorie-restricted diet. The second followed the exact same diet but added cardio on top. The result, both groups lost nearly the same amount of body fat. The only difference, the cardio group worked much harder for virtually identical results. So why does everyone think cardio is necessary? Because eat a little less food doesn't sell workout programs, but do this intense 30-minute HIIT workout to burn belly fat gets millions of clicks. The fitness industry profits by making something simple seem complicated. Too much cardio can actually hurt your results. Here's where things get even more interesting. Excessive cardio doesn't just waste your time, it can actively make fat loss harder. Too much cardio spikes cortisol, your body's primary stress hormone. Higher cortisol is linked with increased abdominal fat storage, more hunger, stronger cravings, lower recovery, which makes staying in a calorie deficit way harder. And there's a second problem almost nobody talks about. Cardio-focused fat loss often leads to more muscle loss compared to resistance training. And losing muscle while dieting is one of the worst things you can do, because muscle keeps your metabolism higher. Less muscle equals fewer calories burned each day, equals staying lean gets harder over time. To be clear, if you genuinely enjoy cardio, that's perfectly fine. Do it to relieve stress. Just don't do it because you think it's required for fat loss. It isn't. What actually works? If cardio isn't the answer, what is? Here's the first principle. It's not exciting, it isn't flashy, but it works. Create a calorie deficit through your diet. That's the entire game. The simple math. A 500-calorie deficit every day equals roughly 1 pound of fat loss per week. Over 7 days, that's about 3,500 calories, which equals 1 pound of body fat. Your body can't create fat out of nothing, and it can't hold on to fat forever if it doesn't have enough incoming energy. That's simply how physiology works. The biggest mistake people make? Here's where most people completely mess things up. They slash calories as low as possible, thinking faster weight loss means better results. Extremely low-calorie diets can lead to significant muscle loss, a slower metabolism, lower energy, poor long-term results. Instead, aim for a moderate calorie deficit, about 300 to 500 calories below maintenance. This gets you 0.5% to 1% of your body weight lost per week. Fast enough to see progress, slow enough to keep your muscle and your metabolism intact. Here's what that looks like side by side. Aggressive diet, moderate diet. 1,200 calories, 2,000 calories. Varies by person. Constant hunger, better energy, muscle loss, muscle preservation. Low energy, better workouts. Slower metabolism, consistent progress. Burnout in weeks, sustainable for months. Weight comes back, often worse. Easier to maintain long term. That's exactly how lasting fat loss happens. Coming up, the 2-number formula that tells you exactly how much to eat. No app, no spreadsheet, no guesswork. Calories, protein, and building a lean body. How to calculate your maintenance calories. How do I figure out my maintenance calories? Don't overcomplicate it. Here's the formula. 1. Take your body weight in pounds. 2. Multiply by 15. Rough daily maintenance calories. 3. Subtract about 400 calories. 4. Eat that consistently for 2 weeks, then check progress. Weight not moving? Cut another 100 to 200 calories. Losing too fast? Add a few calories back. That's it. No complicated calculators. No endless spreadsheets. Just adjust based on real results. Track weekly. Same conditions, same day. If you're losing 0.5% to 1% of body weight a week, you're exactly on track. Fat loss isn't rocket science. It's small adjustments over time. On calories that really matters. When it comes to preserving muscle while losing fat, protein is king. Target 0.7 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Control your total calories. Everything else gets easier. Carbs and fats still matter, but calories and protein are your main priorities. Why most people fail? Here's where most people quit. Not because fat loss is impossible, because tracking food becomes exhausting. Counting every calorie, measuring every meal, logging everything manually. After a few weeks, people give up. Trust me, I've been there too. So here's what changed it for me. Sponsored segment. Cal AI. That's why I use Cal AI. Set your goal once and the app gives you daily targets for calories, protein, carbs, and fats. No math, no spreadsheets, no guesswork. Logging meals is stupidly simple. Open the camera, snap your plate, and it estimates calories, protein, carbs, and fat in seconds. I still glance at it and tweak portions if I added extra oil or a bigger scoop of rice. A couple of taps and it's dialed in. Late night snack? Barcode. Done. The food database covers everyday groceries and the high-protein snacks we all pretend we don't buy. Meal prepping? Save your favorites. Log it once, reuse it all week. My favorite feature, the macro tracker. Running low on protein, it tells you. Getting close to your calorie limit, you'll know before you go over. That's the difference between thinking you're on track and actually being on track. The gym builds muscle. Nutrition reveals it. Cal AI just makes staying consistent easier, especially on your worst days, not just your best ones. Build muscle while losing fat. Don't just lose weight. Build a better body. If you want to avoid becoming skinny fat, there's one non-negotiable move. Lift weights. Not occasionally, not when you feel like it, consistently. What happens if you diet without lifting? People who diet without resistance training don't just lose fat, they lose serious muscle too. In one study, nearly 25% of the weight lost came from muscle mass. Roughly 1 pound of muscle for every 3 pounds of fat. That's terrible for your physique. Now compare that to people on the same calorie deficit who lifted weights. They lost almost entirely fat while preserving their muscle. Same calories, same goal, completely different outcome. Why lifting works? When you lift heavy, you're sending your body a message. Keep this muscle. Heavy resistance creates mechanical tension, which stimulates muscle protein synthesis, even while you are eating fewer calories. Your body gets the signal to burn fat, not muscle. Exactly what you want during a cut. RK. What should your workout look like? Keep it simple. Prioritize compound movements. Squats, deadlifts, bench press, overhead press, rows, pull-ups. These train multiple muscle groups at once, building strength while preserving muscle. Aim for 5 to 10 reps per set, an excellent range for maintaining strength and muscle during a deficit. One mistake, switching to light weights and high reps while cutting. Don't. Your muscles need heavy resistance to stick around. RK. Keep progressing. Even during a fat loss phase, progressive overload is still the goal. If possible, add a rep or add 5 pounds. Can't? That's okay. At the very least, hold your current strength. Example, squatting 225 for 8 reps today, aim to still squat 225 for 8 by the end of your cut. When strength drops significantly, musk.